Illuminate the target with the Laser Range Finder Designator, LFRD, by pressing and holding the right hand grip LFRD trigger to the second D10. Press the spacebar while you do this. Note the range. It should read about 1500 meters. The small dash box will change to a larger solid line box called the Lowball Constraints box. This means the missile is tracking the coded laser energy and is ready to fire. Pull the right hand grip trigger to the first D10. As the missile fires, continue to hold the LRFD trigger at the second D10. Do not let go of the laser until missile impact. Note in the lower right of the TADS, a missile time of flight counter has begun. Watch for missile impact.
Copy. Coming up. Copy. Copy. Speeding up. Copy. Increasing altitude. Copy. Slowing. Copy. Slowing down. Copy. Slowing down.
The next target is at T02, an SA-11 battery just over 5,000 meters at your 12 o'clock. Specific targets are the Snowdrift Search Radar and SA-11 Command Vehicle. On the TSD, press Top 5, Chord. Then select T02, press right hand grip, Slave. Wait until George has brought the aircraft into a stable hover pointing towards
On
T02.
speed.
Press Slave again and use the manual track controller and field of view controls to find and target the Snowdrift radar. When you have the Snowdrift targeted, press the spacebar to continue. Press the LRFD trigger to the first D10 to get a quick range to the target. It should be around 5,000 meters. At that distance, and in daylight conditions, the TV optics can provide a closer view of the target. On the left hand grip, use the TADS sensor select switch to switch to TV. Readjust the aim and field of view as necessary. When you have the Snowdrift properly targeted, press the spacebar to continue. For this engagement, you'll use a high trajectory lock-on after launch blowout shot. On the left MPD weapon page, press push button right 3 trajectory and then press push button right 1 high. The low-owl firing sequence is 1. Hold the left hand grip weapons firing trigger. Missile launch. 2. Watch the time of flight counter and count off 4 seconds. 3. Hold the LRFD trigger to the second D10 and hold until missile impact. When you are ready to do these steps, press the spacebar to continue. Shoot the missile. Count 4 seconds. Laze the target. LRFD to second D10 and hold. Watch for missile impact. Only then release the LRFD trigger. Some of the SA-11 support vehicles will move to cover. Ignore them. Use manual track field of view to find and target the command vehicle. Repeat the high trajectory low engagement against the command vehicle. Your next target is an armor column approaching from the southeast. On the
Coming right, at requested heading. Coming right, holding this heading. Coming right, holding this heading. Coming right, stop and turn.
The range to the T-03 targets will be between 2,000 to 3,000 meters. On the weapon display, select Direct Trajectory by pressing Right 3 Trajectory, and then when the armor column appears, it will be moving along the road to your front. To engage moving targets, you will make use of the manual track controller in conjunction with the linear motion compensation, or LMC, function. With LMC on, the longer you push on the manual track controller, the faster the TAD's view moves in that direction. Release the manual track controller and the TAD's movement continues at its last speed. To slow TAD's movement, press the manual track controller in the opposite direction. To stop TAD's movement, toggle LMC off. Press Slave to free the manual track controller. Then press the left-hand grip LMC button or button you have mapped to a keyboard bind or your peripheral controller. Practice with small left and right, then up and down movements until you feel you can effectively set the TAD's slewing speed. When ready to continue, toggle LMC off. Reset the TAD's view, toggle Slave on and off again. When ready to continue, press the spacebar. When you sight the enemy armor, select a vehicle and track it using manual track and LMC. With a good track, pull the LRFD trigger to the second detent. Get a good low-ball constraints box. Pull the weapon firing trigger. Keep LFRD on. If necessary, make small adjustments to keep tracking the target all the way to weapons impact. Miss? Try again. Congratulations, you have successfully engaged stationary and moving targets with the AGM-114K laser hellfire missile. Press escape to exit the training or continue to fly.